What's up, guys? It's Techno Viking 23 coming to you with some Destiny, and today it's Friday, so of course we know that our good buddy Xur is in the tower. So hopefully we're going to see if Xur has something good this week. Now, if you guys are looking around for Xur, he is hanging out down by the clothing outfitter, over by where the speaker is, by that big giant door that we still don't know what's behind. You can see it right here. This little door over here, and you see where everybody, just look for all the blue names. That's usually where you can find Xur hiding out. So let's go see what Xur has this time. Ooh, wow. Pretty good week for Xur. Let's get right into it. Alright, Titans, you have the Mark 44 stand-asides. These are pretty much only a PvP exotic for Titans. I wouldn't bother picking these up unless you are going to use shoulder charge quite a bit. I guess if you need a pair of level 36 light boots to get to level 32, maybe you grab these if you play Striker a lot, because the heavy weapon ammo perk is nice, but overall I just don't think these are that great unless you're a really heavy Striker PvP player. Now, next for the Hunter, we have the Mask of the Third Man. This is one of the better Hunter exotics. The great Hunter exotics are usually the Helms. Get increased melee attack speed, replenish health when you pick up an orb, and Arc Blade uses less super energy. This is a great helm if you want to be one of those annoying Arc Bladers in the Crucible who never dies and just keeps on murdering the whole entire other team. This is just a great helm overall for the Arc Blade if you play that class on your Hunter. So definitely pick that up if you don't have it already. It's definitely one of the best Hunter exotics that it is there. For the Warlock, you have the Apotheosis Veil. This is an okay Warlock helmet. It's pretty good in the raid. I have this on my Warlock, and it's got some okay perks. Melee hits, replenish grenade energy, replenish health when you pick up an orb, and activating your super regenerates your health. This is more of it's not really a class-specific helm, and if you don't have any of the other exotics for the Warlock already that you use for a specific subclass, this is actually probably worth picking up just to have a decent exotic on your Warlock armor. So if you're just looking for that exotic on your Warlock and you don't have anything else, this is probably pretty good, but if you already have a class-specific one like Claws of Ahamkara, Heart of Praxic Fire, etc., you probably won't need that. But still, it looks pretty neat, and it's got some decent perks on it. Alright, so here we go. This is Hard Light, and Xur has never actually sold this before. I don't believe. I think this is the first time he's ever sold this. And after Red Death last week, it looks like Bungie is kind of getting the memo that they're letting Xur have some better options. I know a lot of people didn't have this gun, so I imagine it's going to be purchased quite a bit. Now, I already have Hard Light, and it was my first exotic drop I ever got from a Vanguard Rock Strike, so it has a special place in my inventory. I do use it. Since the auto rifle nerf, it's not as good as it used to be. It's a very kind of specific special class weapon where you probably are better off using this in a close quarters build if you're playing a Warlock or if you're playing a Titan. I haven't found it really useful in my Hunter at all. It plays more of like an SMG in other first-person shooter games. It's got a very high rate of fire, decent impact. Stability's not great, but you can upgrade it with a perk. You see here you've got Accurized Ballistics, CQB Ballistics. That really takes up that stability, but at the penalty of range. The range drop-off on this thing is really bad. It's why you have to stay kind of up close. Now, you do get aggressive ballistics for a little bit higher impact. That's actually, I believe, the one that I've been using on my Hard Light. Glass half full, bottom half of the magazine does additional damage. This is a pretty solid perk. You get quick draw, and then fitted stock. You can see there that'll really pump up that stability for you. And then Field Scout. I believe this takes the ammo capacity up to, I want to say 56, but I can check on that in a minute here when I look at mine. You have Volatile Light. Rounds fired from this weapon over-penetrate targets and ricochet on hard surfaces. Basically what this does is if you're in a close quarters combat type area and you shoot into somebody, the projectiles will go through them and bounce off the walls and hit other people. It's kind of useful in PvP if you're on a smaller map, but you won't really use it or notice it too much in PvE. And then you've got all your upgrade damage trees. You do need Relic Iron for this thing, and that can be kind of a pain to get, but you know, if you don't have it, if you're looking for something new to play with, this is definitely something kind of fun to grab, and I will show you guys what mine looks like. I've got it fully leveled up. You know, I enjoy using it on my Titan if I'm going to be playing like kind of melee and run up there and shoot people. You can pair this up with a nice shotgun, and you can really have a nice close quarters class with it. But it does take some getting used to and a special touch to use that weapon and be pretty good with it. I wouldn't use it in Crucible. It's not very good in Crucible. Okay, you got your exotic shard for 7 strange coins. And then this week he does have the exotic helmet engram. I am unfortunately out of Motes of Light because I reforged all my Iron Banner weapons this week, so won't be able to get that, I don't think. Moving on to your upgrades, you have Mask of the Third Man, Lucky Raspberry, Insurmountable Skull Fort, Crest of Alpha Lupi, Skull of Dire Ahamkara, the Heart of the Praxic Fire, Hard Light actually, so if you have the old one you can just upgrade it. Red Death, Bad Juju. I'm sorry, I thought that was Bad Juju. It's Invective. Patience in Time, Yallarhorn, and Truth. So it's pretty good upgrades offered this week. Moving on to your curios, you have Pulse Rifle Telemetry, which is, if you bought Red Death last week, you should probably grab that if you haven't leveled it up already. Scout Rifle Telemetry and Machine Gun Telemetry. Then you have the Plasma Drive and your Emerald Coil for your Sparrow if you want to upgrade one of those rare Sparrows to a Legendary. And then Xur has Heavy Ammo Synthesis once again. So that's, I think, 2 or 3 weeks in a row he's had that, so you guys should be plenty stocked up on that by now. Overall recommendations, I would say definitely if you're a hunter, prioritize Mask of the Third Man. If not, you probably want to pick up Hard Light. That's just to have that weapon and maybe complete your collection and learn how to use it. It's a very unique auto rifle. And let's see if I have mine. Here's mine right here. You see mine, I've got it equipped at 331. And you see I use fitted stock. And I think I was using Accurized Ballistics for PvE because I was doing more range there. But if you're going to play Crucible, you probably want aggressive ballistics. That gives you a little bit higher impact. And then if you use a Field Scout, it takes it up to 56 rounds. So, okay, my assumption was correct. I don't usually use Field Scout with it. 40 is a pretty good size, and it reloads very quickly, so you don't really need to have a huge magazine with it. But overall, I really, I do like using Hard Light. It's kind of a fun weapon to use sometimes. So, just comparing the two there, you can see on the left, mine's got the stability perks fully equipped, so you can see the stability is a little bit high, and the impact is also a little bit higher there. So overall, pretty solid week for Xur. I'd say this is one of his better weeks recently. Of course, last week with Red Death was really good, but this is just as good. Titans, like I said, probably skip out on these, but if you're a hunter or warlock, you got some decent options there. And of course, you got your helmet engram, so if you're still looking for Helm of Satan 14 or one of those other rare helmets for your character, you can go ahead and pick that up. I would suggest, if you're a warlock or a hunter, actually doing that before you buy these, because what's happened to me a lot of the times is if he has a helmet that I want to pick up, and then he also has the engram, what always happens to me is I'll buy the helmet, and then I'll get the engram, and I'll wind up getting the same helmet. So I always advise people, spend those Motes of Light first, because they're a little bit easier to get than Strange Coins. And, so if you're a warlock or hunter this week, go ahead and buy that engram and see if maybe you get lucky and it gives you that helmet you're looking for before you buy it and spend your Strange Coins. But anyways, guys, just a quick look at what Xur has this week. Let me know down below, as usual, if you're going to purchase anything, if there's anything in particular he has that you like, or if you just don't care. Let me know if you're going to buy anything from Xur this week. Hope you guys are having a good week and are ready for the weekend and plenty of March Madness with college basketball. Anyways, this is Techno Viking 23 signing off from the tower, and I will see you guys again next time.